Welcome to the Carson City Lifestyle Podcast, where our local community shines. Hosts Amanda Long and Stephanie Smith are real estate professionals that'll take you on a tour of your local community. Some things and people you may know, others may surprise you.
Hey guys, today we're talking to Linda Marrone, who is currently the 3rd and Curry Street Farmers Market manager. But she has some really deep roots here in Carson City. She has been around for a long time. She and her husband owned a restaurant and a catering business, and now she's running the market. She also writes for the Nevada Appeal, and I'm sure a lot of you out there already know who she is. So the 3rd and Curry Street Farmers Market is every Saturday morning in the summer from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a local growers market. We have local growers here in Nevada, and we have some local California growers just over the hill, along with some other local vendors. All right, so welcome, Linda Marrone. Thank you for being on our podcast today. So let's get started and tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing the market, how you got started doing the market.
Okay.
As the market manager.
Okay. So my name is Linda Marrone, and I'm the market manager of the 3rd and Curry Street Farmers Market. This is going to be our 10th year for the Farmers Market, and I got started because way before the market started, I was a shopper at Farmers Market for myself, for my restaurants, for Charlie from Adele's, and I had a very good relationship with Shirley, who had farmers markets in Reno and also had the farmers market out at the Pony Express Pavilion. I had a good relationship with the farmers, and so when Carson City, which was redevelopment at that time, wanted to start a farmers market, Rick Lattin from Nevada Grown and Ann both recommended me to Tammy Westergaard and to Joe McCarthy to see about starting the farmers market. So they called me in March of 2008 and said, hey, we'd like to start a farmers market by June 2008. And I said, whoa. So
no pressure.
Once I started doing the paperwork and the homework on it, all the paperwork said you should start about 1 year before you're ready to have the market. So starting in March.
And this wasn't in existence. It wasn't like it was pre-started by somebody else before you came into it.
No. So Shirley's Market was going at the Pony Express Pavilion on Wednesdays. And it had been going for 15 years. Wow. But everybody knows in 2008 the economic downturn came and times were tough. So even for Carson City, starting the market in that environment was a risk. I started going to all the farmers markets, talking to every farmer I know, telling them we wanted to do this, we'd like to have them. And at that time, it was the same for them as it was for everybody else. They wanted to know, is this going to be a successful market? How do we know it's going to be successful? If we come here, are we going to be able to sell our fruit? I sent out over 100 letters to different farms. I went on a lot of California sites, different farms, seeing if people would come to our market. I went to San Francisco, to some of their markets there, asking people to come to the market. I got one reply in those 100 letters, and that was from Ignacio Bravo, who is still in our market today. And one of the things when you're trying to start a market and you open up, if the vendors feel that they're doing well, they talk among themselves. So Bravo happened to know Rodriguez Farms because they were both up at the Commons Beach Market at Tahoe.
And they're still here, right?
Yes. So he said, hey, I'm in this market. It's really doing well. So after about 2 weeks, we got Rodriguez Farms, and they are our premier California vendor. They come from Castroville. They bring strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, all the produce.
Their artichokes are like the best.
Their artichokes are the best. Their potatoes, onions, everything. And so we were very lucky and that we got the Rodriguez brothers to come to our farm. Matt Mitten was one of our California farmers, and I knew both him and his brother Bill, and And I went to Lampe Park and said, hey, I'd really like you to come. And he did. And then Chuck Few was the same thing, a little Asian farmer. They're both out of Yuba City and Marysville. And I said, I'm going to have this farmer's market. I'd like you to come. And they did. So we've had the same only four California farmers for 10 years.
Since the beginning.
We have had Latin farms from our Nevada farmers. Latin Farm was a big help for the market, helping me get started with Nevada grown. And since the inception of the market, Rick, who just had regular produce, has since all organic. He's also doing a lot of his planting in hoop houses. So Rick has been with the market 10 years. Mm-hmm. We picked up Holly Farms. They've been with the market for 7 or 8 years. We have Pleasant Valley Farms. They're a local farm out in Washoe Valley. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of smaller local farms. Black Rock Bison has been with us. Bentley has been with us. We have a lot of local businesses. So we have Kama Coffee is a local business. Cafe Beignet was a local business. LA Bakery is a local business. Butler Meats has been at the market. And
so the local businesses, that the vendors who aren't farmers, they have to be local.
Well, they don't all have to be local, okay. But certainly if you're local and you have a business in Carson, especially in any one of the redevelopment districts, we try and give you, try and bring you in the market, okay. Because we receive funds, and part of those funds come from those businesses. So naturally, we'd welcome in the market. We have 2 local masseuses that are local and in the market and in the business.
Saturday morning massage.
2 of our nonprofits that have been with the market since we opened is Muscle Powered, and they run the bike valet. They have a booth. You can check your bike. You can find out, where the trails are in Carson, where is a safe place to bike, where is a safe place to walk, and we love them. They've been a very good partner at the market. One of the things that they're going to be manning this year that's new to the market, the library has a bike-mobile.
The pedal library.
Yeah. And they're going to be, the Muscle Powered is going to bring the pedal library to the farmers market. Awesome. So that's going to be a great asset.
Which means you have Wi-Fi there, because don't they have Wi-Fi in the pedal library?
I don't know, but it would be wonderful if they did.
I think that they do.
That'd be great.
I think they have Wi-Fi, and right. I'm not sure if that's up and going. I know it's like at the beginning.
Right. So that would be wonderful. Awesome. Do Drop In is another one of our nonprofits, and Do Drop In, they've been at the market 10 years. They sell waffles. They sell fresh fruit. And
what do they do?
Dee Dee has a place out off a long street, and she helps the homeless and people that need it. A little bit different than Fish and a little bit different than Ron Woods. You can come in there, and if you need help filling out your paperwork, if you need copies, if you're trying to get an apartment, they try and help you do that. They have furniture that they can help you get if you get an apartment. Right. So for 5 days a week, there's no requirements. If you need some help, you can come in the office, and Dee Dee will try and help you, or any of those people will try and help you. They always have coffee going, so you can get a cup of coffee and put some sugar in it and sit there. And if she can't help you, Dee Dee's pretty well versed in who can help you if you need a little extra help. Mm-hmm. Last year they had a little community garden behind where their office is on Long Street, and they planted it, and anybody that needed something or wanted some vegetables could come for the community garden. So they're on Long Street, on the, I don't know the street, on the other side where Scalari's used to be, that little street there.
I think that might be Rand. So
no, it's past Rand.
It's past
so Rand is before them. It's the little...
Yeah, I can't remember the
right.
name.
So anyway, they're out there. So they're just great.
A little strip mall right there.
Yes, it's a little strip mall. Okay. It's like the Feisty Goats on the end, and there's a beauty shop, but they're on this end. Right. So we always... one of the things I like to do for them, and it's very easy to do. You can do it all year round. Whenever we go to a motel, I grab the shampoos, I grab the soaps, I grab any of the little personal products, and I just have a little brown bag hanging on the back of my office door, and I put them in there. And then I bring them to the market and just hand them to her, and she uses them. We always buy them 10, 20 pounds of sugar, so they have sugar, and we buy them coffee. So they always have coffee and sugar for everyone who comes in there to have a cup of coffee and
warm up.
Yeah. Okay. Some of the new vendors we're going to have this year at the market, we're looking forward to have Liberty Food. Now, Liberty Food is Mark Estes in Reno. It's his restaurant group, but he is also just recently going to open with his partners the Union Saloon in Carson, and that's right there on Proctor, and that used to be the old Tahoe Brewery. Right. So we're thinking that he is going to be selling his bread, his pasta, his sausages, and his salami. So we're looking forward to having
that'll be a good one too.
A good brand new vendor in the market.
Yeah. I like to bring that little piece of Reno down to Carson because it seems like their food scene is just it's growing and popular,
and we want ours to be like that too.
It's great to have that in our
last year. There was a food bill that passed in the legislature, and it was called the Cottage Food Bill. So you could do baked goods, certain baked goods, and sell them at the farmers market. You don't have to have a health permit to do it. You can do it in your home. There's a process and forms to fill out through the health department. So this year we have Fresh Baked Paleo, and they're from Minden, and they're going to be she's going to be selling her goods at the farmers market. One of the other brand new vendors we're going to have, it's called Community Yoga. So they're going to be at 8 o'clock coming to the market across the street in Bob McFadden Plaza. And they're at 8 o'clock, they're going to start doing their yoga over there. So their idea is come down to the market, do some yoga, and then
massage,
and then go over,
go shop,
right, and start shopping. We lost one of our longtime vendors, which was Smith & Smith Farms. Carol had double knee replacement, and she's getting up there, so she just did not want to put in the effort
and she does
to do the
fresh
flowers,
right?
Right. So
amazing flower.
Sierra Flower Farm is a brand new little gal in Gardnerville, and she is just starting out, but hopefully that she'll grow her business, and so she will be setting up in the market when she has flowers and bouquets to sell. Now, also this year, who will be selling bouquets is the Greenhouse Project. So they bring their flowers, they bring the truck, and they'll probably be there about every other week. So they're going to be also having fresh flower bouquets.
That's good to have that.
It is.
Because Smith & Smith, they had such pretty flowers.
Right.
That would, some people come to the market just for
one of the things Carol is working on, she is planting, she's going to have a U-pick. So out in Dayton at her farm, she's going to do U-pick pumpkins, U-pick apples off her trees, and she's growing sunflowers. So in this fall, you'll be able to go out there, pick a pumpkin on the weekends, pick some apples, and have the sunflowers. And they used to have many open houses on the farm when they were doing their CSA and selling at the farmers market. So I'm looking forward to that, and that should be a great event.
That would be good.
We have another brand new little farmer from town, Jazzy Greens, Brian. So this is his first year, and he has been at the early market selling all his microgreens. He sells to Adele's. He's selling to the new Battleborn restaurant, and they're wonderful for putting in your salads and eating. They're just, they're a great addition to your salad and very healthy.
I've been eating a lot of microgreen lately.
Yes, so they're nice.
I never really knew. I'm like, I guess I'll try these because I keep seeing it in restaurant or recipes.
Right.
And I love them. My family goes, what is that?
But why don't you put them in the salad, and they just make it so interesting. Now, we already had Tahoe living greens at the market. They were from Reno, but they're selling a little bit, his are a little bit different than
theirs were.
There. Okay. And Tahoe living greens, they were doing green shots at the market. So they're going to do their green shots again. Okay.
So you can green shots, yoga, massage, and shop.
Yeah. Okay. And here's some bad news. Some bad news from the market. Cafe Beignet, who is Mitch Tufts, and he came and had the beignets at the market and was selling them every week, is not going to be there this year. He took over the Cadillac Cafe, which is the coffee shop at Garth Richards' Silver Oak Golf Course. Great. So he can't do both the coffee shop. It's good for him. And that's what the market is. And we have lost many vendors to success over the years. And that's what the market is supposed to do. Yep. You start at the market. You see if the product that you're selling is going to be good enough to put out there. And when it is, we lose them. So we lost Mitch Tuff, and it was the same thing when Sandhill Dairy came, and they brought their milks and their chocolate milk and their cheese to the market.
Hard one.
And so once they got successful and their milk was being bought by everyone.
But you can buy his products locally here.
You can buy his products locally here. You can buy it at El Centro Market.
Right.
And
so that's the good thing. We don't completely lose them.
Right. So in this new Union restaurant that's going to be opening on Proctor and Curry, the back part of it is going to be the coffee hub. And the coffee hub from Reno is going to make a coffee shop out of that patio portion on the corner of Proctor and Curry, and he uses Sandhill Dairy's milk, a lot of it. So,
that's good to know. And that's Hub Coffee Roasters, right?
Right.
That one's exciting to come in.
So they're in Reno on Mount Rose, and so he's one of the partners in the endeavor there, and he's going to be taking over the back with coffee and I guess a little breakfast items. Yeah. So that'll be another thing to be looking forward to. Yeah. The market will be in a transition this year. So when you come to the market, and it doesn't matter which you're coming in from, all the vendors that were on the very south side of the market, we're going to be moving them to the very north side.
So you're flipping it?
We're flipping it. Okay. We lost that whole row. When they built Bob McFadden Plaza, they took 6 spaces away from Jenny and Mark LaPiccolo, and we knew it was happening. The plaza was a good thing. It was a good thing for Carson City. The hotel needed 6 parking spaces. They got the 6 parking spaces in the city-owned parking lot.
So take up a row of what?
Right. So we had 13 vendors there and 18 tents, and we're going to move those 13 vendors and 18 tents to the north side. Okay. So we're just going to switch the market. Okay. Actually, it's a better move because it's going to open up the market to more rows and more vendors. So it'll take a little while, might take a little while to find your favorite vendor, but they're all going to be there.
They're probably going to be on the opposite of where
they're just going to be on the opposite side. Another plus this year is the Carson Art Gallery, which is on 2nd Street in Curry, right across from the north side of the market. Starting in June, they're going to have a little antique and art fair every year, every week in conjunction with the market. So they are going to start that in June and have about 13 vendors there. They're going to be selling arts and antiques. So there's going to be a lot of things to come downtown for, and especially that June 3rd. I think
June 3rd is your first market opening, right? So you have the early market right now.
Early market. So this next Saturday is our last Saturday behind Ducerella at the corner of Musser and Nevada. Okay. We've had 15 vendors at the early market, and it's been our busiest early market ever. We've always only had 8 vendors before, or 7, and we have 15 vendors.
Double.
We have 6 ranchers and farmers, which, is great for this time of year. The strawberries have been absolutely sweet and wonderful. The asparagus and the lettuce from Latin Farms has been just delicious. We've been having grilled asparagus every week. And the cherries from Minton are just getting better and better each week. So on June 3rd, when the first farmers market, that is also my friend Julie from Two Sisters. She has her vintage fair. So 2 blocks down the street in the back of her shop, she has vendors. Across the street, there's going to be an art and antiques fair. It's the wine walk. It's graduation. And I think the hub itself is having, the Adams Hub itself, isn't it having that art entrepreneur with the artist? That's the same week. The same day. So there's a lot of things to come down for on June the 3rd. You got to pace yourself.
Hop on your bike and park it with muscle powered.
You can ride your bike down here and park it with muscle powered, and then just walk down the street from there.
Awesome.
Plan to spend your day, your Saturday in downtown Carson City. And hopefully there'll be some new restaurants for you to try and some of your old favorites.
Yeah. Well, great. I'm excited for the market. That's always our favorite time of the year. It's actually like a social event for me. I take the kids down. You know that.
Right. It is.
I take the kids down, go hang out with Linda a little bit, go get all my stuff.
Okay. And the other thing is, I don't think we're going to have a bounce house.
Oh, no.
Because...
It's okay. My kids go for the honey sticks really now. Because they're getting older, so they're like, we just want the
where the bounce house is where we're moving the market. So we don't have the space anymore. So,
well, that's okay.
But they have the splash pad across the street. So,
that's a big hit with the kids anyway. Right. So, and you can go over there and get some ice cream too. So,
right, you can.
So, well, thank you for being with us today and sharing all the good news about the market this year. And hopefully we'll get more people downtown too. And
okay. Well, the market, as a rule, brings about 1,500 to 2,000 people downtown.
That's crazy.
And last year, over 4th of July, we had our busiest market we've ever had in 9 years.
Wow.
So it's like everybody who stayed in town for the holiday stayed in town, brought their kids, brought their grandkids, and my farmers were sold out early.
That's awesome. It's an event, and I think that people, right now we have the whole local and slow food movements where people want to eat more, local food and eat healthier, and even, the kids can get on that bandwagon too. At least mine do. They can't wait for the farmer's market to start so we can go get the strawberries. That's their favorite thing.
Right,
And the honey sticks. Honey sticks, just the strawberries. Massage. Yeah. Well, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. Well, that is this week's episode, and I just wanted to encourage you even more to head down to the 3rd and Curry Street Farmers Market each Saturday. You'll find me there for sure with my kids. We love going down to the farmers market and getting our fresh produce. If you haven't been, there are just certain things that you can't get at a grocery store that when you get it at the farmer's market, it just tastes so much better. It's more amazing. The people there are amazing. It's great to get to know the people that are there locally, and you can ask those farmers anything you want. If you don't know how to prepare something, if you don't know what something is, they are super knowledgeable and they're happy to help you with any questions that you have as well. And definitely check it out, because the farmer's market is just one of those things that you got to experience at least once during the summer. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode today with Linda, and we will check in with you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Carson City Lifestyle Podcast. Visit us at carsoncitylifestyle.com for more.